Supinated grip rows. This is a variation on a bent over row that helps us to get a little bit more of a bicep focus. We need all the muscles in our arms for climbing, so this is one that I love to throw in to just add a little bit more bicep work to a motion that we really do need in our training, which is a horizontal pull. You're going to get set up for this just like you would for the bent over row. Now, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. Number one is that if you get set up too much over the bench or whatever you're using, you're going to be trying to do the bent over row and you're going to notice that like you don't have enough room. It's like going to bump into the bench. So make sure that you get set up on the outside of the bench. So here is one edge. I want to be on this outside edge right here. I don't want to be over here because if I try and go like this, you can see how the dumbbell is just going to like hit right here, okay? So get set up on that outside edge. Now, the other thing to keep in mind here is that if that position just doesn't feel great on your low back, you can incline your bench. You can use a chair and do the same exact thing. If I were using a chair here, I would have my hand on the chair and I would get into my just kind of like bent over position, and then I could row from there, just like this, putting my hand on a chair or the top of an inclined bench, and that may feel a little better to you in terms of the low back. Now, regardless of if you have your hand up high or if you're in this more horizontal position right here, this is what's going to happen. You're going to make sure that as you row up, you want to open the space between your sternum and your shoulder, okay? So I don't want to do this as I'm rowing up. I'm rowing up and I want to start with my shoulder down from my ear. That doesn't mean I need to start with my shoulder back. I'm just making sure that I'm not starting up here. So roll the shoulder just kind of gently down. And you should be able to start with your shoulder blade around your rib cage somewhat. Again, you don't need to start here, okay? We let the shoulder just kind of hang as it naturally does. Then as you pull up, I want you to think about open the space in between your sternum and your shoulder. Bend this knee. You're going to open that space, and then that elbow needs to come towards your waist. Don't bring your elbow towards your bra line. When you do that, you're going to roll your shoulder forward, okay? And that's just not the goal of this exercise. So make sure you bring your elbow towards your waist and you're going to come up. I don't care about how high your elbow comes. That's not the goal. Really, your elbow probably won't come much more than about right here, to be honest. You want to make sure that as you're rowing up, you're getting that exhale. You should feel a lot of really good engagement in your deep core. And when you row, there's nothing like here that needs to happen, okay? We're trying to isolate bicep, lat, and pull right here. So that is what's doing the movement. We don't need to like yank or do a lawnmower looking kind of motion or anything like that. All right, guys, hopefully that was helpful. That is your supinated bent over row, and I will see you in the next video.